it's going to be in person right away.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grand Finals Elimination Mode 3 here not too long ago, doing Elimination Mode 2 with both Able G in the finals, but instead we've got Complexity. I said there's probably a lot more people favoring OG this time.
I would agree. With that said, though, coL got some good practice in the last game, so maybe that's going to pay off. You never know. And it's going to be a core last track. I was wondering if this would be the case based on their heroes. Arguably a bit better than something like support or offlane Abaddon. Is it support Abaddon? Oh, no, it's actually off. So the supports are... Okay, it's a support Batrider.
Yeah, so this is what they were talking about. The panel did not think it was very good, the fact that they were playing support Bat. I haven't seen much support Batrider. What do you think about Z-Freak picking up this hero?
I mean, Demon played it the other day as a support role, and it went super well. He got a really fast Blink Dagger. His lane pressure was decent. Juked us with the missed shields by Zach. Did it actually work?
I guess it worked. I guess they were just as confused as we were. Well, all right.
Okay,
that's one way to do it,
Successful.
I guess.
Unless he was just pretending to tell them.
He's juking them. The mind games
Is it the reverse
too
juke?
deep right now.
All right, so who's mid? It's okay. It is an excessive mid. I wasn't sure that would be the case. I thought maybe they go Warlock, more of a complexity special, but I thought it was a possibility. But nope, just gonna be standard stuff.
Oh, they already threw a sentry down, by the way, towards the secret shop on the radiant side. So there's a ward to get up on the Uber Cliff just for vision. There's a ward to block the camp. So making sure they have a better, they can stop the ends up going. It's going to be the Knicks versus Tiny matchup. Classic, yes. I think of
super standard.
This is exactly.
We're just gonna make this really hard though, because I mean it's melee versus melee. So if he just keeps casting Sticky Napalm, he actually just can't very safely come to lane. This kind of sucks for Anna.
He doesn't have a stick yet. He hopefully will get one at some point in the future, but for now he's just gonna have to sit back. He does have two tangos.
On the bright side, his claws look real cool right now.
What are these claws?
That's the golden ones, dude. They're apparently unaffected by oil slicks. Oh no.
Just stay gold the entire time.
Yeah, that's value, dude.
Well, he's gonna have a good time. Well, he'll try to have a good CS. It's the first time we've really seen in this tournament. I think there's been one or two games with it, but other than that, No Tail's gonna be flying against already drinking a lot of his mana.
So something, I actually watched a lot of offlane Abaddon games yesterday because there was that guy that posted saying he got 7k MMR with offlane Abaddon.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
It's kind of cool to see how he did it. I like a lot of the games actually, he would teleport to lane and he would just miss coil his opponent like 5 times in a row because there's a really low cooldown ability and then you go hit up the shrine. Monkeys ended up getting shield and I think this is fine because if you're paired with a Warlock, there's not really a good way to out damage a carry since he'd have bonus heal there. So Monkey's just going to do his best to get levels, I think.
Again, we talked about his very low mana. Now getting auto-attacked by No Tail. Won't go for the dive for the tower. He's sitting at 100 HP. Pretty low. Has to back up and salve. And looks like Z-Freak is now, since then, headed to the jungle. 5 stacks of Sticky Napalm. Firefly at level 1. He's going to go for the large camp and see if he can get some CS here. Jerax already did get a couple of CS in the jungle. He's rotating it. He has Rolling Boulder. He just gets level 2 with the Bounty Rune. We'll see what he can provide. But Z-Freak does end up clearing that camp. Completely fine.
So the question is, Darkseer, can they kill a Silencer? That's the hero they're going to want to aim for most likely. Flesh is a little scary, but if they can grab Silencer, that'd be a huge kill. Bat's also rotating over, so this could be a bad time to do a gank.
Yeah. Jared, sit back. Don't him. I'm not high. No war or anything like that. He's knocking that down. He doesn't know where the Batrider is, which he didn't spot out. Meanwhile, it's playing Monkey. Anna, No Tail just tracking him out of the lane. They have no way of getting. Now Monkey's chasing after Fly. He has, of course, the Curse of Avernus to damage. He's too much happening, and now with what it is 747 with 13 last hits in the mid lane.
It's not too surprising how things are going, just really standard stuff. Only weird thing I'm seeing is Nick Stassen went for a mana drain just to try to keep the mana pool a tiny bit lower so that he couldn't get little advantages. Oh, he could actually spike Carapace every single toss, actually.
That's pretty nifty.
He should definitely do something like that. I think Nick's actually is good.
He's dead. Top lane.
Damn.
That was just, he was too far. Fly just shorted him. And No Tail hit him, and that was it. It was level 1 Shadow too.
That's a huge nuke though. It does like 130 damage or something. But when he runs out of shield mana, he can't debuff or purge or dispel the Shadow Word. So he used his Mango previously to do that. Now he gets killed.
Well, it's not gonna give the first split away. It is to 4. He's still getting relative fruit farm in this top lane. And use this to harass monkeys. His bottom lane now. You're trying to move from the more farm. He's at 50. He's doing okay, but what is Z-Freak up to? Level 4, 700 gold? He's
Just jungling. Yeah, basically all the lanes are about even. I mean, Monkeys is having a little trouble. It's not fun to lane against an anti-mage when you need mana as an offlane hero, but for Z-Freak, just keep hitting up the jungle. At some point, get 6, start ganking, things like that is, I think, what they have to do.
He's rotating up. There was a ward. This is scouted. They know exactly where it is. Bottom lane, Melons gets the kill. Saw the end of it. Darkseer gets caught. Moo threw up his split earth. Wasn't even needed. Plenty of damage with all of their abilities they had and right click. So he gets caught out. So far, 1 for 1 in terms of offlaners going down across the map.
Actually thought Silencer would be more popular for reasons like this, because like with 2 to 3 skill points, he's got 3 points in nukes, and Last Word's an amazing level 1 skill doing 150 damage. So
yeah,
I'm a little surprised we hadn't seen Silencer that much, but I can definitely see the benefits here. The way that Complexity does like to play is very teamfight oriented. Silencer helps a lot with that.
Moo getting rolling bouldered on, and to go notable for a lack of lockdown, but with Moo when you split and you hit it, be able to not only get kills with his nuke, just lock down. Right, there's Blaze leveled up as well. So.
Yep. And Moo actually went for 3 points in Split Earth. A little surprising, but take a little pressure from Jarex, but it's not that bad.
The 3 points with 2 points in.
It's kind of good to go with though, because it just ups the radius of the stun, so higher chance that you'll actually grab them. And when they have this lane where they don't have somebody to set up the Split Earth, I think it's just a safer play. Good nuke, anyways.
Bottom level 3, 2 points of Shadow Word. Meanwhile, Z-Freak still level 4. He's got the camp. Should be level 6. Level 6. We'll come by it up. I don't think they have a smoke or anything. They're just sitting back. Being back to Anna here in the mid lanes. 27-747, who's at 32. 35 for the mage. Like you said, waiting for level 6 for Z before we start to see from Rider into lanes to try to find.
And wow, Z-Freak just got 2 D wards actually. He got one by their rune, or their, what's it called, shrine, and he just got one mid as well. That's some value sentries.
Yeah, he just got 200 gold.
Well, I mean, he also bought 200 gold, so he went even. But the offensive balance is really good, because now OG isn't going to have nearly as much vision of enemy heroes. So we'll see how that impacts the rotations. It could definitely benefit OG or Complexity in rotations between like Tiny and stuff like that. Like a dive bottom.
They have the data and well now look canceled. You can good smash and with heart attack jobs. Be very patient with them. I was looking for Melons. He had Pale's gonna go. It's gonna hit nicely on which is gonna combo. 7 TPs gets the kill. So Anna getting a bit too greedy, going for that Melon's kill down bottom.
Yes, very, very dangerous there. Good TP there by Tiny. One of the nice things about Silencer actually is he has a pretty good strength gain actually, so it's a little harder to kill with bursts like that. If you're doing like physical damage or something, it's definitely a solution.
Monkeys is in trouble. Boulder job done. Time to chase No Tail down, but he really didn't get H. And then he had no coL to deny himself and just finds an easy kill.
Yeah, it's maybe a mistake to not go miss coil, but considering how much mana drain he's getting, it's just not something he felt he could afford, so too surprising here.
Alright, well, Z-Freak, Jarex gonna find each other in the jungle. Level 6 now up for the Bat Rider.
He does not have Orb of Venom, which is a big deal here. Otherwise, Jarex definitely could get this, but he might still be able to.
Rolling Boulder and Boulder Smasher up in No Tail, but they're gonna get it to Jarex.
Spirit leaves your body.
That was actually helpful. A little bit of mana there could have made a difference with a slow or something. Pretty solid kill, but unfortunately for Z-Freak, he didn't get anything done. The upside is that his opponents might think that he warded in their opinion for that. So Fly's going to move over and possibly grab sentries. Yeah, he's flying them over right now. These are going to be wasted at least. So that kind of movement, despite giving a kill, at least is going to do some economic damage and force Fly to waste some time too.
If you're a Complexity, you have No Tail farming rather well. But also, your Tiny in the mid lane is getting some decent farm. Moo as well. They're going to have level 6 in the Bat Rider ready to go. They can start getting some lassos off. Do you look for picks with Z-Freak and split up the map? Or do you 5-man? Where do you go from here as complexity?
I think they just need to get a fight item up, like a blink either on Bat Rider or on Tiny, and that's the point at which they'll be really strong. And Z-Freak's doing a good job juggling too. He's even prioritizing more Firefly over Blink Dagger. A little known fact about these new Ancients, they actually have no magic resistance, they have 0, so you can actually jungle them very easy as heroes like Bat Rider. So
he's essentially got Blink Dagger, by the way. It's 9 minutes in. This feels like an old school all-flame Bat Rider, except this is support, and he's just about got enough money, so that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it works quite well. There's so many jungle camps now. I think that's maybe one of the reasons Bat Rider support's better than it used to be. The Hill Troll Priest grabbed by NoTel here. This actually gives a 3 mana per second aura, helping to offset the fact that his mana pool's been really low. It's kind of nice steal.
Top lane TP coming in. Melon's going to be one way to deal the Ancient Mage. And they don't have Lasso skilled up yet, but imagine he's going to have it. I think he's got the see.
Put the sentry down, he's going to find the enemy observer too once this lane pushes up a little.
Yep. Break beat. There's the Abel coming out. Toss, that'll get the kill easily. 7-4, making sure to secure at 4. For Bat Rider, for Darkseer, and actually Z-Freak didn't buy before down. So I'll have to wait another 100 gold before he has it.
Hey Mont, you know how like when a horse breaks its leg, you have to like put it down? What happens when you toss the Leshrac? Like, don't you think that'd be really dangerous? Like,
I feel like the horse
breaks his
would break
leg,
all
just,
4 of its legs instead of just...
You just gotta put him down and then you lose the game. Like...
Poor Boo. I think he has 2 null talismans. Maybe that's making him tankier or something. Who knows?
2 little necklaces. I don't think that's gonna matter, but...
Well, it's a special horse. It's also a goat, actually. So...
something that's really going to matter this game actually is the Nyx Assassin versus Leshrac. Leshrac has a lot of intelligence and he's behind some more too. That means mana drain is going to be a huge impact against him. I think he might have to go for some magic resistance at some point. Got a lot of magic damage as a whole coming from OG, so I think that's certainly going to have to be a choice at some point.
It really is. And now they're looking to find said Disco Pony down bottom. Moo's about to get caught. Vendetta and Pale getting canceled again. Moo's going to die. He taunts before his death. He's just having a good time, and Fly will secure the kill. Nice smoke gank from OG. They shrined it beforehand, and now they'll start taking control of this bottom lane. JRX is still on the hunt. He's got up. It's going to break. He'll find Melons. JRX is just going to auto-attack him once or twice. Z-Freak is nearby. He does have the blink. He doesn't have lasso yet. Going to jump in with the Firefly. And JRX might be in trouble. Flame break back. Anna coming in the haste rune. Good block from the rolling boulder. Push back coming in from JRX. Still auto-attacks. 747 tosses up, but he's going to go for it. He finds himself a killing spree. This guy's just tossing people around like crazy. Now they have 2 blink daggers. They have 1 for Z-Freak. They have 1 for 747 as well.
And now the pressure is really going to come on heavily against OG. They still have to worry about Nyx Assassin ganks a little, but past that, I think Complexity is in a really good spot, especially if they can do stuff like lasso, pull Anti-Mage into a tiny combo. They're going to be in a good place. He hasn't gone too many points in Spell Shield. He did grab the health perk at least at level 10 for Anti-Mage, but the ganks will come. Monkey's really not very farmed, kind of having a tough game here. Going Helm of the Dominator, it looks like. Oops. Guess nobody else is going to build it, so you might as well. And this is something Complexity regularly does, just buys a lot of auras. Pretty much every hero. Maybe not every hero, but they always split it really evenly.
It's like they want to.
Yep.
So
for the team fights, pretty much.
They're gonna look for. This is exactly what we were talking about. There is a ward. NoTel should see this. He's running. He already underneath the tower. If you're looking for a gank of their own, it'll be moving in a row. And he's already pretty close. This corridor. Yes, some TPs could be helpful here. Magnetize will go. What's coming out? That might save Moo's life. TP's coming in from 747 as well as Z-Freak. They have the blink classroom. They're not going to go for it. OG are on their side of the river, and that'll be the end of the engagement. As
a vision issue and a missed rolling boulder issue. They're going to go in.
Oh, really nice play by
Z-Freak there.
The golem is going to get dropped. Counter initiation. They still have the ability from Tiny. He's getting stunned. Split Earth will fly. Toss will go. They get 1. Edict is up as well. Fly now using his golem. They have to back up. They don't want to fight this.
Dude, Z-Freak did that so well. He jumped into lasso, but he didn't use Firefly first. Every Bat Rider does that, but because you're against the Nyx, you can't. It's really dangerous. So by jumping in without the Firefly, he was able to actually grab the Nyx and pull him back. That was really cool.
OG are now pressured into a situation with the golem down. They want to get as much done with this as possible. 747 has the blank. Boulder Smash will go. He's in trouble. S4, they have the Iron Shell. Rolling Boulder in, misses. Shadow Word vacuum back still. 747 tanky enough. He's got 5-6 charges. Will use some No Tail coming in. Mana Void. He was full mana. No Tail does barely any damage at all. And now they might be able to push far enough that they can get the Silver Tower. They still get the kill with the Shadow Word. Here comes the Pulse Sniffer from Mood. They're going to take the golem down. One more auto attack. Melons gets it. And now popping the Spike Carapace. They really want to take this tower, but more heroes are coming in. Blink, Z-Freak, no last one with the Firefly is up. Anna gets silences one with the last word coming through. Auto attacks from Melons. Shadow Word saving his life for now. Flame Break back. Here comes the Pulse Nova. Moo wants his kill. And the Spike Carapace gets out just in time. It's a 2-for-1 exchange. Now Moo getting turned on as 4 and Fly. Auto attacking, but this bet there. Must vacuum back into the smash. Nicely. Monkey's coming a bit too late. They actually get the stick charge up. Get low on mana to fight. It won't this not in a way, but it does go.
No Tail's got to be so upset that he used Mana Void that way. Not going to kill the Darkseer here. Not going to be able to chase either. If he had Mana Void like 4 times in that fight, he had at least like a kill or 2 with it.
Yeah.
Against Leshrac with no mana or Silencer with no mana, any of those heroes would have made a great nuke, but then he got a little too greedy on the tiny kill.
Yeah, he used that pretty much as soon as he jumped in. They still will find a couple of kills, and he gets at least a little bit of gold out of it. They don't get the tower, but he is top of the net worth now. He's building into the Battle Fury after the Helm of the Dominator. So it's that kill, I think, on 747 is huge. He was starting to do really well, and they needed to slow him down as much as possible.
They slowed him down a little bit, but he's already got Blink Dagger. So as far as I'm concerned, it's good, but it's not the most important thing ever, since Tiny does usually just kind of scale as a burst kind of hero. You know, the Ags builds are just kind of forgotten. They're not nearly as good as they were in the past. It does help you farm, but that's about it. Makes your toss damage more, but it's not very good at killing heroes, especially heroes like Anti-Mage. You need to increase your damage, not give yourself cleave.
Alright, the push this time, and it's good to take the tier 1 tower, and they're not done yet. Wrap run, bust out, good, split the Carapace, battle, good, keep it the golem on top. It's a triple kill for Fly. They're looking for time. 4 dead. What a fight! As 4 do again, and the team fight combination is there.
That was so beautiful, the way that OG set that up, put the Nyx Assassin with Spike Carapace in the front. He tanks the nukes, even got Power Treads to be more tanky here. And then they just slowly, one by one, land a stun, land a stun, land a stun, and the perfect vacuum to start it off.
Oh, God, it's unfair when Jared gets a chance and smash, and Anna gets or 3-man impale. It just doesn't seem. I can't believe
with Fatal
Bonds in that
Bonds.
situation. Yeah.
And they're building 2 Midases now. They have one up on Warlock, and he's got another 15 past that, which is insane farm levels. And Nyx Assassin will finish his in about 200. He's attacking crazy fast this game with both Treads and Midas. I'm kind of curious to see where he goes talent tree wise. Like, why is he getting so much attack speed this game? I'm kind of confused. But I mean, if he can get the 40 agility talent at 20, that would just make it better.
I'm waiting for it. It should be fun. I feel like that last fight now puts coL in a very bad position. Now the Anti-Mage is to get ahead of in circumstance that just happened. So I feel like there's not a lot of. I think they need to find something here. I don't think you can back against Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I don't think so, but they'll be fine, honestly. Looks like Monkey's stealing the Alpha Wolf from the Anti-Mage. He doesn't get grabbed by Z-Freak after all. And this is not very weird for coL. They just group up and they go get stuff done. Now, Moo is missing a lot of mana right now. That could be a huge issue here if a fight starts, because Mana Void's back up again. But if they're not able to respond, then it's really just not going to matter. So coL's going to keep grouping as 5 like this. They know Warlock Golem is down at the least, and they'll just take some towers. So
yeah, like you mentioned, they are Warlock. Tower will fall. They're trying to split up the map for OG while this is happening. They're going to push into the. This will be forced. It's 39 seconds for this Warlock Golem, so. At this point, the cooldown is pretty long, and complexity they like fighting early and often. It's ready to go. Of course, vacuum and wall level 1. The mech is up. Now Anna coming in. He has Vendetta. The attack move is going to give him some care. Now the cool side comes up. This the retreat of complexity. They need to make it away. Now move. Here comes direct. Hit onto monkeys. Will they continue to chase this? Stuff is going to go. And it's know that no overstay. Should get it, but display safe.
Yeah, absolutely. They got some damage on the tower. They didn't get killed in the first initiation. They don't want to slow push that until it forces a fight, because that gives OG a high ground advantage. They got a ton of damage on the tower, and that means that split pushing that later is going to be easy, whether it's Tiny or even the Disco Pony.
That play from complexity right there just shows you exactly. If we're going to go cave on cooldowns and take fights that are in favor, push as much as possible. At least until no-tail gets you, he starts pushing himself. But now, actually keep them in the game. So if, even with OG getting that last team fight, of course they'll. So there's a chance here for OG to be, or complexity to take this game back in their favor.
Oh, anyway, still absolutely. Monkey's just farming for now. Going to go for a Vlad's or a super standard item build with a wand pickup on top of that. I'll see what Swindlemelons goes. I feel like he might go something. Do they have a mech yet on the raiding team? I feel like they do.
No.
Something like mech could be good. Somebody with just a Basilius would be great too. Something that coL was doing in the last tournament there that really impressed me. They would grab a Vlad's and they would have somebody hold a Basilius, because then it gives 6 armor to everybody instead of just the 4 from Vlad's. Like little small things like that make a impact actually in team fights when one team has an extra 2 to 4 armor than the enemy team.
What you were talking about earlier, get that aura, get all of those aura items up and ready to go for complexity.
Yeah.
Make your team fight as strong as possible whenever that situation will arise. Make sure you have, if you can get it.
And that's why you buy things like Helm of the Dominator, so you can have an Alpha Wolf plus the attack speed for everybody. It's certainly really good. Echo Saber for Tiny now, very standard way to transition his damage to give him 2 right clicks as soon as you initiate. Nice damage bonus here. But he's still got to be a bit worried about the stuns, and that's one of the nice things about OG right now. Got Earth Spirit, they've got Fatal Bonds, they've got a Nyx Assassin. Once the stuns start, they're probably not going to stop.
Tiny building into things like BKB. It's not shocking given the already happened in this game. And I don't blame him. That's
Monkey's going to try to defend this, or deny it at least. Silence is going to miss though. They know there's a ward on the high ground, so...
There is a to break out, but finally... It's not we have a small, don't give anything away to complexity.
Yeah, coL's playing this well.
Are we going to see this not get denied again? I feel like I've seen this. I think they'll fight for identity later. They're about to find Jerax, and he's going to try for the AP. They have split Earth and time, but they got him, but...
Yeah, can't Flame Break anymore. Although Zeepfree could have used Flame Break to push him into him, but he didn't exactly know where he was in the trees, so it would have been a little hard to make the play, but it would have been super sick. Instantly smoking now after clearing this large camp, which should give them the opportunity to find where OG is and take a fight.
To a ward, the ward did not back spot it. High ground. Or at least shouldn't have.
It might have, honestly. It definitely might have. Look, there's the scan. They definitely... It spotted at least one of them.
Yeah, the scan will come out. They know for sure.
Trying to break it from across the river. I like this move.
He's been up. Comes in toss. So they will get kicked. Instant. Little side comes out as well. They want to chase. Got blink. He already used it. 7 seconds on cooldown now. S4 coming up. Document into the goal. The wall. They've done it again. OG will fight to the third. Complexity's monkeys is going to make it out with borrowed time. 7 getting no tail is void. They use pretty much every ability to get those tails. And getting auto attack. Good silence coming through, but I don't think 747 should be able to get out of here. Out of mana now. A couple more auto attacks. No tail will jump in. S747 is trying to just juke as best as possible. Let's be thrown down from OG. The team play is so damn good.
Yeah, it looked so scary for them considering their next assassin was already dead, but all it takes is 2 to 3 heroes in a grouping with chain stun and they just all go down. And one of the bigger mistakes is that Monkeys needs to not be in the front there. If he can just sit back and cast his strong Dispel from Aphotic Shield on one of those heroes, maybe he can buy them some time. But it's so hard when that's like the 3 cores all fatal bonded together, taking tons of AoE damage.
I mean, they just drop. We're going to see the replay here in a moment, and they all get that done beautifully. It's wall that mana void all at the same time with, like you said, fatal bonds on top. It's just they have the perfect team fight. And now the anti-mage purge is starting to get out of control. He's 12,000 net worth. The next closest person is the Dark Seer at 8,500.
That's actually insane. And that's basically he's farming all the time, and once in a while he shows up to a fight and just gets tons of experience from it. Picks up an Orb of Venom. Interesting choice here. Is this going to be a Scotty on Anti-Mage? Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think I have.
So it does work now with Mana Break. This is one of the changes to the item. Yeah, it doesn't count as a the unique attack modifier anymore. And it's always been, like in the history of the item, always fantastic to buy if you have a Manta style, because your illusions do damage based on how many stats you have. So buying a Scotty with a Manta is a perfect progression. But the coolest thing about this is that it's seen as like a very strong HP item. So rather than buying something like Hard on Anti-Mage, which people would occasionally buy, now you can just buy Scotty and get like 80% of the HP. You don't get the obvious sustain of it, but you can get most of the HP and make your illusions better and get all the general stats that you need on the hero. It's such a good build.
In a game where you don't absolutely need Basher or Abyssal Blade, which, well, that's a lot of games, but in a game where you don't absolutely need those items, Scotty, I feel like, is a good way to slow. Obviously, attack speed slow is pretty insane too. Like you mentioned, the HP, everything that the Scotty gives is strong. Now that it's been changed the way that it is,
and the Scotty slow is awesome. Like you don't have to buy Basher as much because you'll be able to slow people just normally and through BKB. Cool choice.
I'm hoping he does pick this up. He does have the Orb of Venom. He has enough for an ultimate orb if he wants to buy one, and then we'll really know if he's going to pick that item up. But for now, they're kind of splitting this map up. I mean, this is exactly what NoTail needs to do. Complexity know that the golem was down for a little bit. They were trying to push. Now it's back up. They're ready to fight. Anna's coming in, but now it's going to be a Blink Blast with no Spike Carapace. Echo Saber, double damage for 747. Anna will die again, but we've seen that they take fights. Another back wall coming in. The Global Silence comes out. There, Mana Void. Oh no, the game is lagging completely. Golem's gonna miss. S4 getting low. They still want this fight. Magnetize, Fly gets a double kill. Fatal Bond still up. Even though they missed all of these abilities, they will still get so many kills. NoTail finds himself a double. It's 4-for-1 trade again. Anna is the sacrificial lamb in this game. Monkeys does pick up at least Jerax in the back end. No more borrowed time. Fly's trying to lead him through the wall. Coming back is gonna be NoTail, who's a little bit low on mana, but he should be able to chase this down. Bodic shield breaks NoTail with another one ready. And this is going to be all 5 dead for Purge.
Orb of Venom paying off, and this is what was so cool about the OG draft here, is that coL has a pretty straightforward playstyle consistently, and all they have to do, hypothetically, is just grab heroes that are also good at teamfights. So stealing the Warlock from coL, for example, especially when coL has been picking it a lot themselves the last couple days, was a really good plan to open up the day. And this was a pretty straightforward draft. The last couple days we've been doing, 30 bans, and today we only had 10. With the Suns ban on top of that. So, in a lot of ways, it was straightforward for OG to grab exactly what they wanted, and I guarantee that they knew what they were going to do before the draft started.
They certainly have made it seem like they knew exactly what they wanted, just the way they've executed these team fights.
He's actually just keeping the Orb of Venom. Is in some ways a very inexpensive Scotty. Because it does a 12% slow versus the Scotty doing like a 30 to 40% slow. So maybe he's changed his mind, but he's going to go for an Axe next. You know why that's really cool?
Why?
Bat Rider lasso. If Bat Rider tries to lasso Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage will lasso the Bat Rider. And then he can pull him away.
That's...
Eggs is so cool on Anti-Mage. Some games, it's so cool. He can reflect last word. There's so many things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen him in quite a few pubs, and it's certainly done some good work there. If you're against like Vengeful Spirits or things like Lena's, it's really awesome.
Is going to hit the Spike Carapace. They know that he's there now. They're going to go for it. Jerax on it. Nicely done. The mana comes through as well. He's avoided. And he's going to get chased. And probably another.
I really like this Orb of Venom that NoTail picked up. This is making such a huge difference. Like, look how many times he attacks melons. Yeah. It's amazing.
747 coming in, but this might be his death game. Tail comes out. Monkeys is going to get smashed up. Backing back in the wall again. S4 has been on point to magnetize the follow-up. 747 continuing to get chased and has 3 surge forward. Checks to make sure he can't blink away. NoTail for more. Monkeys still getting chased down. Boulder smash over to the side. And, well, he doesn't have borrowed time, so there's a very good chance he dies here. And now, the score line.
I am pretty sure that NoTail is my favorite player in terms of itemization. Like, he is so smart with the way that he builds his items consistently. He always changes things up. I'm remembering a time when he played versus I don't. There was somebody that had minus damage or something like that versus an Underlord or something, and he just
Right.
changes his build up. Oh, he played that Luna game at Boston where he went like Ag's Refresher because he because he was against a Shadow Demon or something like that.
Yeah.
Like this guy does so many smart things with his item builds. It's consistently impressive.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And now he's got the Aghanim Scepter, which is pretty nifty. So let's see this.
Just
spell
all in
shield.
on stats basically, and it looks weird, but with Orb of Venom and the Boots of Travel, he's running way faster, and he could look at this. It's the easiest thing ever for him to kill Swinnow mounts.
And another vacuum here. Melon's gonna die to the God. We see the Aghanim Scepter really coming to play. It's a double kill for they're dead for about 40 seconds with no buyback.
He dodged it.
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh my
disgusting.
God.
That was absolutely dirty.
This is like,
He's just going. He's made of this game so far has been outstanding.
except for that one where he man avoided a full mana target. But
Yes.
other than that,
Okay,
this is like
right,
the most
right.
fun I've had in my whole life watching anti-mage. I'm not even kidding. This is like coolest
generally
anti-mage
hero-
game I've ever seen. Just the
Not
game just ended.
enjoyable, but-
Like
yeah.
he actually just super countered the whole enemy draft. That he's like, okay, they have very weak disables. I can just get a little tanky and just run them down. I'm invincible. What a beautiful game by
Oh,
OG. Like
man.
they had some rough early game team fights, but as soon as they started nailing those vac combos, and it was always so planned too. It was like, like Jerax would read it. He'd be like, okay, I think the vacuum's getting hit about here. He would shoot the boulder, and like half a second later, the vacuum would come, and every time it was perfect. Just beautiful coordination, beautiful builds. OG completely deserving that win.